right, welcome everyone.
Liz, you're so close.
You are very close, Liz, to the camera. Can Liz hear us even? Everything was fine before we went. Okay, maybe she can't hear us.
She's in her own world with fantasy
Okay.
with a PH.
Fantasy with a PH. Well, we're going to get started on episode 11 of Parkside Chat. Liz, really, can you hear us? No? Someone send Liz a text. Someone send an SOS. Hopefully we can have somebody in here really quick to understand if anyone can hear us. We're going to go to settings real quick and just make sure. I think it's showing that the mic is working. So Liz is just in her own world. It looks like Liz's AirPods decided to stop working is what she chatted. So we are just going to kind of keep it moving here. I'm going to intro. So this episode is all about park hopping, or excuse me, resort hopping, really. Mm-hmm. We'll talk a little bit about parks, but we're going to focus on lounges because it's the time of year when we kind of can start doing that because the weather is cooled. Also, the holidays are here, and the resorts are going to start to be decorated. Mm-hmm. Generally, the resorts are decorated, I would say, within starting the first week into the second week of November. So we're going to start seeing those resorts decorated very soon. It is the final week of October, which is hard to imagine. But the weather has been really nice.
Yeah, it's finally starting to cool off and it's not as humid. So it's been really nice. So now we can finally start sitting out on those patios, sitting out in those gazebos, just taking all the weather in.
So we had a few ideas rolling of what we were going to talk about tonight. And because I don't know who, I think it was Liz who suggested it. And that kind of sparked my interest because it's a good time to talk about this. Especially if you're maybe not familiar, and maybe we'll talk about a lounge that you didn't know existed at Walt Disney World. So we are welcoming back Liz, hopefully, and Liz is back. And I can hear you, Liz, I think.
Hello. I'm so sorry.
No worries. Your AirPods just decided to go
decided to...
The minute that I hit go live, like the minute it happened.
It started playing from my computer, and I'm like, that's not right. I'm just going to keep dancing and dancing and pretending like everything's fine. But this is not fine.
It was not fine. Oh, all right. Well, I've introed the show, and we're going to jump into our list, a listicle. We have, let's see how many we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 lounges outside of theme parks that are in resorts, and 3 lounges that we're going to speak to that are inside of parks. Love it. So let's get going. So the first loop or area that people probably focus on the most when we're talking about lounges and resort hopping and doing like lounge hopping, or what would you say, a lounge crawl, a bar crawl?
A bar crawl,
yeah, would be the monorail, right?
And people call this pretty much a monorail crawl.
Yeah, that's right, the monorail crawl. So we're going to talk about the monorail crawl, get that out of the way, because that's what people really know at Walt Disney World is the monorail crawl. So we're going to start at the Grand Floridian. We've been here, all of us together. To the Enchanted Rose, which
Liz went with your mom.
Yes.
I know. I was showing with Matt earlier, and he's like, "I don't think we've been to the Enchanted Rose." I was like, "We went before the Halloween party, which is a great spot, right. Free Halloween party or any party."
Yeah. So, Liz, do you remember what it was called before the Enchanted Rose? Do you remember?
Yes, it was the men's shop. It was the men's clothing store.
Oh, just that?
No, it wasn't. It was another lounge. It was called something else. Because the men's shop is like right next door.
It was bigger. The men's shop was bigger.
Okay, so lounge. Because remember the band used to play up there, and behind the band there was a lounge.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to Google it. Grand Floridian Lounge. Let's see.
I don't, at least when I was there, I don't think it was a.
I'm trying to look it up. Somebody can look it up, but it was a bar. There was a bar that sat behind the lounge, and they might have. Say, was it? What was it?
Meisner's Lounge.
Sorry, there was nothing to repeat.
Okay, well, Siri decided to
she wanted to join the conversation.
Meisner's Lounge was the name of it.
So maybe the Enchanted Rose did take some of the store because it was bigger, but directly behind the band there was a bar. So you could sit. Well, the funny thing is you could sit in that bar, but not have a view of the band because there was a wall. Yeah. There it is.
That's what it
let me make
like.
it. Let me let me make your screen big. How do I do that again? Let's see. Just keep it there. Keep your hand up. Solo layout. There you go. So professional. Man, look at that furniture. That is very 90s, very early 90s.
That reminds me of that Full House episode when they went there. That furniture, giving that vibe.
Definitely. And what is that big like bar on the bar? Oh, your screen died. It looked like a thing to get in the pool with. See the thing on the bar?
For all the
like the
to hold on.
The lounge, yeah.
Like, is that
you
supposed
think it was
to...
in a cruise ship? That'd be like a cruise ship bar.
Somewhere to put your cane.
Anyway, well, the Enchanted Rose. The Enchanted Rose is beautiful. It's very nicely done, and of course, it is themed to Beauty and the Beast. All right. So moving along, we're actually not going really in the right direction.
Going a little backwards.
We would have to walk if we're doing the monorail crawl. Yeah, if we're doing the monorail crawl, we would have to walk over to Trader Sam's or ride around quite a bit on the monorail. So you really want to start backwards. So you want to start at the Contemporary if you want a progressive dinner. If you don't care about that and just want to loop around on the monorail, then you might have to loop around a few times. But this is Trader Sam's. Liz, we have not been here together.
We haven't. I have been a number of times, but it's cute. I like Trader Sam's.
I like Trader Sam's as well. They open every day at 3 p.m. So it's one of the earliest to open in terms of lounge times because they are quite popular.
They are.
And even right at 3 o'clock, you might have to put your name on a waiting list to sit inside.
Yes.
And then outside, they have an outside lounge area as well where you can view the fireworks from if you're around at that time.
Yes.
That's first come, first serve. You kind of just grab your own table and then a server will come around to your table and take your order. Both of these are first come, first serve. No reservations, just a waiting list.
I think this one's one of my favorites because, you know, the servers in there go all out with the theming. And they go along with the music, the special effects. It's definitely a vibe. It's fun in there, for sure.
It is.
And then their drinks are like huge quantities too, so you'll definitely get your money's worth in there.
So if you're going to do a monorail crawl, I kind of actually recommend you starting here and getting your name on the list, especially if you're later. Hey, Matthew's here. Especially if you're later in the evening. Put your name in as soon as you can.
Yeah.
And then I guess go somewhere else. You can also go up. I didn't put this on, but we did this with when Chelsea and Sam were here. We put our name down. We put our name down downstairs first at Trader Sam's, and we went upstairs to, I forget what they call the bar outside of Ohana's, but we started there, had a few things to eat there and drinks upstairs, and then we moved downstairs when our name was called at Trader Sam's. So that is a good way to do it. If you're waiting for your name to be called at Trader Sam's, go to the bar up at... And really, we should have included that bar because you can order the noodles from Ohana's at that bar, which are very good. And I thought that we had the ribs. I thought those ribs were good.
Yeah, they're a little messy, but they're good.
Yeah, the ribs were good. But Polynesian is always a vibe.
Always.
And a great place to watch the fireworks because they pipe in the music on the beach.
Just don't try and park there. You won't be able to.
You can park there if you say you're going to Trader Sam's. I've never had an issue. When I say I'm going to Trader Sam's, they always let you park. Now, as we get closer to the holidays, that could change.
Right. Right. But the TTC parking lot is close enough that
yeah,
it's not
you can park there and
too
walk.
horrible to be able to park there and then walk over.
And if you can finagle yourself as close in the parking lot at TTC to Polynesian as you can, I wonder if a cast member, if you stopped and said, I want to get as close, they're probably not going to let you. They're probably just going to make you go with the flow of everyone else. But if you can get as close in the TTC parking to the Polynesian as you can, it's just a quick jaunt across the street to the Polynesian.
It is close. And the trams are back too, so that's helpful.
That's true.
That makes it easier.
And once you're at TTC, you can walk directly from TTC right onto Polynesian property. I mean, it's basically TTC is on Polynesian property.
Like right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, let's keep going. So now we're back around to it's kind of a sad picture. But this is the one I have, but I like this chandelier. But anyway, this is Steakhouse 71 Lounge.
Which they've somewhat recently rethemed.
Right. And this is on the first level, so you don't have any views here, but this is at the Contemporary. And this lounge can fill up. I've been there, and the lounge has been full, and no seating at the bar, no seating at a couch. So it can fill up depending on the evening. But just know that it's there in case you're interested. Now, where people really want to go does anyone have any other comments on Steakhouse 71?
No. The bar is very pretty. I do like sitting at the bar.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do like how they rethemed it. It looks very...
They have like the little, like a side wall to partition you from the restaurant, but
Yeah.
it's very modern in there.
So as we're going up stairs to the top, this is harder to get into. This is views from the California Grill Lounge or the California Grill Bar. And so up here, you don't have to have a reservation to get into the bar. It just is based on availability. And more now, it's hard to get in to the bar. So if you're going to do that, try to go when they open. But even then, you need to be probably waiting 15, 20 minutes before they open so that you can grab a spot at the bar. So this potentially could be another option where you want to get in there as soon as possible. Now, if you save your receipt, if you dine there, let's say you're going to the lounge at like 5 p.m. and you save your receipt and want to come back around to view the fireworks, you can do that. So just save your receipt. It needs to be dated to the same date, but save your receipt and come back and say, hey, I just want to go up and watch the fireworks. And they will allow you to go back up and watch the fireworks.
It is a nice view up there. It's a really nice view.
We've been there together, just to the lounge. Very nice. Very nice views up there. You can see Epcot, basically all of Walt Disney World practically. All right, so now we're going into maybe a territory where people don't talk as much about lounge hopping around, but I really love the options in the Epcot Resort area. So now we're in Epcot Resort area, and one of the prettiest, kind of most sophisticating looking lounges, in my opinion, is Ale and Compass. It's really pretty with the dark tones. The beams you'll see in the picture here. This is from Disney, so credit to Disney for this picture. This is not my picture. I just took it from...
this looks like an artist rendering. It looks so nice.
It's like all perfect. It does not look that... If you went there right now, it does not look like the else organized like this right now. But Ale and Compass is a great option. I think there's even a fireplace at Ale and Compass. So it's kind of a cozy vibe. This is my favorite deluxe resort. It's at the Yacht Club, which is my favorite deluxe resort. And
super pretty around Christmas time too.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
pretty.
Christmas time is a vibe. There is a Christmas Village display with a train in the lobby. The tree there is one of the most beautiful on property for Christmas with different boats and sailboats. So this is definitely a vibe to add to a lounge crawl or a bar crawl around Epcot.
Didn't they do specialty like holiday drinks around there too?
They might.
Like there was this
in the lobbies. Yes.
Yeah, there was. So sticking to that, there was specialty drinks that they would serve. Like I think you got one. It was like a spiced apple, something spiced with apple in it.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember what the name of it was, but it was very good, and it's perfect because I think it wasn't hot, but it was like it gave you a little like warm feeling,
right,
when it was a little cold out.
Warm and cozy.
So this is definitely now I don't remember if I've ever eaten here. I have eaten at Ale and Compass. I didn't love their dinner. So I'm not sure if looking at the menu, if I could recommend anything specifically off the Ale and Compass Lounge menu, but at least start with drinks here. If nothing, jumps out at you on the menu. Were you going to say something, Liz?
I think Matt and I, and maybe you were there, Brian. I think we stopped here before a flight once. It was like our last day, and I think we came in.
That sounds familiar.
To have some bites and, something to drink before we headed out. And the other thing I'll say as we kind of go through these next couple of lounges is that the Epcot Resort area at night is so pretty. Like all the big bright lights. It's such a vibe to walk around, like the loop of the resorts or hop on a Surrey bike. Like if you have a relaxed afternoon and evening, this is definitely worthwhile to pop over between the lounges that we're going to go through. The boardwalk has the little games and the entertainers out during the evening. So this is definitely a spot to, I would say, recommend even more than the monorail crawl.
I agree. I kind of like this more than the monorail crawl. Now, if you are a guest that's coming in and maybe you're coming in, you come in maybe 5 days at a time or a week plus at a time. I know a lot of guests say, oh, well, can I go to other resorts? Yes, you can absolutely go to other resorts. You can't use pools at other resorts. Right. Especially you can't use the Yacht and Beach Club pool.
Especially not.
Right. But you can go and travel to other resorts. And if you are staying at a property that is not attached to one of these or not in walking distance, you could take a bus to Disney Springs and then transfer, or you can go to a park and transfer. So you just need to remember that if you are in Epcot and you get to Epcot, you're walking around Epcot, and then you decide to go to the Epcot Resort area, closes, you don't have a way to get back to your bus. So you would either have to Uber back, rideshare back, or you would need to go to Disney Springs to make your connection back to your resort. So it could be a little bit tedious, but I would recommend just Ubering back. It's going to be a super quick, and if you're on Disney property, it's going to be a super quick, affordable ride back in a rideshare if it's not like a holiday where the prices are premium. But anyway, that's just a little pro tip, just keep that in mind. If you are in Epcot Resort area and the Epcot closes, you can't get back through Epcot to get to the Epcot buses. Right. So, all right. So definitely Ale and Compass. Also for Christmas, they decorate the outside very nicely as well too. So when you're walking around, you get the Christmas vibes for sure.
That New England-y, Christmassy. It's really, really pretty.
So around the corner from Ale and Compass Lounge and Ale and Compass Restaurant, I don't think a lot of people know this.
I haven't been in here.
But this is the Cruise Cup, and this is the Yacht Club, or the Yachtsman Steakhouse. This is the lounge attached to the Yachtsman Steakhouse, which the Yachtsman Steakhouse is a very coveted reservation. It can book out too. It is probably one of the most popular steakhouses on Walt Disney World property. And very good steaks in there. I have not yet taken TJ there, but been there several times, and the food is always delicious. So I didn't get an inside picture. This is kind of the outside. but definitely add this to your bar crawl. It's slightly outdated. I think it's time for a refresh inside, but they do have booths, and it's a pretty substantial lounge size for a lounge. So I do recommend checking it out. I looked at the menu today as we were preparing for this episode. You can get a steak in here. So if you don't have a reservation at Yachtsman, and maybe it's just you, or it's you're a couple and you just want to pop in and you want to grab a steak and you don't have a reservation, or there's a long wait, whatever the case may be, you can come in here to Cruise Cup Lounge. Okay. It's a nice little vibe. It's kind of rustic in there. It really is time for a little bit of an update, but it's kind of tucked away. Obviously, like, this is how you enter it, through this door.
It looks like it would be a door that I'm not supposed to go
That's walking past you think, am I supposed to be in here?
Right, and when you walk by this sign up here, the Cruise Cup Lounge, you'll see in the top left, you're like, oh, well, it's just somehow part of Yachtsman, and you go in the main entrance of Yachtsman. And I think sometimes this door is closed. So it's,
very VIP.
Very VIP. So this is why we're doing this, so you guys learn about these little nooks and crannies in Walt Disney World.
Love it.
All right. Here is a
hate
picture
this
of
picture.
Liz. Why do you hate this picture? You're beautiful.
Eyebrows. I look crazy.
No, you don't.
My eyebrows are literally going like this. I look like Bowser.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. So this is Abracadabra, and this is one of the cutest
Pictures of Liz we've ever seen.
themed lounges on Walt Disney World property.
Decorated for the holidays, as you can see in the back.
Correct. And can you tell the audience, Liz, what's special about this restaurant in terms of a menu item? Maybe you don't remember. No. So this...
Well, I mean, the drinks are like magical. Like they do like magic tricks.
Correct. But
that's right.
This
the truffle fries.
Yes.
It's the best truffle fries on property. Yes.
The best fries on property. Yeah. The best fries on property are randomly here at Abracadabra. Right? Have you had them?
Mm-hmm.
They're bomb.
Yeah, we went there with Madison one time. I think that was the first time we went.
They're so good.
Yeah.
If you go to this bar, you have to get the truffle. Is it truffle or Parmesan? It's Parmesan, right?
I think it's truffle and Parmesan.
Okay.
I think it's both.
And of course the cocktails are good too, but there's just those
they'll make your eyebrows go like this.
Oh please, Liz, you look great.
Stop.
Your hair, you can tell you've been in the park
crazy.
all day. Your hair.
Oh, you know what? There's my park hair.
I think
there was a smudge on my computer screen, so it made my eyebrow look crazier than it was.
I feel a little bit better. There was like a little fleck on there.
I think Shanae was here for this trip.
Yeah,
I don't know
Shanae
if
and
Sam
Sam.
was.
We came down.
And Sam.
This was we were there the weekend of Mickey's 95th birthday, I think.
This is the first time this trip was the first time I met Shanae and Sam, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We came down for I think it was literally 30
crazy
hours.
girls.
Yeah. We stayed at the B Hotel.
History. Oh, that's right. The B Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, this is at the boardwalk. Highly recommend Abracadabra. It's attached to Trattoria Al Forno, which is another little gym at Boardwalk that the first time we had the lasagna was amazing, but the second time we had the lasagna wasn't as good.
But then the second time we went, I had the pizza and it was very good.
Their brunch is very good.
Yeah,
I've
we
been
gotta
for
go to
brunch
the brunch.
before. Very, very good.
All right, so now we're continuing around. Now, I have not been here in forever, but back in my day,
back in our day,
you used to be able to smoke in here, and I hated going in here because of the smoke. And I would say old people, but now I'm the old person probably, or people my age, and I was in my early 20s and saw all these old people singing songs because it's a dueling piano bar. I haven't been here in probably 15 plus years.
And I've never been.
And that's
I
all
always
I
just
have
walk
to
by
say
it.
about that.
We
So
gotta
Liz,
go.
you can talk more about it because I'm not a huge Jelly Rolls fan.
Well, I think after your time became my time, where you could not smoke in Jelly Rolls, and is a fabulous dueling piano bar where you can take a napkin and a couple dollar bills and write like a recommendation or a request. Drop it off on the piano. The two piano
Oh.
players play it. Back in my day, they had popcorn for free
I think they
to
still
help
do.
make sure that I'm sure they probably still do something if it's not popcorn. But when I was a professional intern, when I worked with you, Brian, this was like the spot to go for all the PIs.
That's fine.
Because it just felt like a little bit more elevated than just a bar. But the piano
Right.
players are incredible. And then I don't think it's reopened yet, but Atlantic Dance Hall is across the
It's
way.
reopened.
So a lot of us would.
Yeah,
It
they
did
both have.
reopen.
Mhm.
You would start at Jelly Rolls and then go dance the night away, pre Dua Lipa, and hang out in Atlantic Dance Hall.
We should probably go and just cover it.
Mhm.
And just so
Let me
TJ
know,
can
I'll come
say he's
down.
been there. Now, I've also been
Yeah.
up to the special... have you been up the stairs at the lounge? Which is sold as restaurant or convention space upstairs?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Matt says take him to Cruise Cup ASAP. Well, I think he'd probably rather go to Yachtsman to get the full meal.
Yeah. Full meal.
All right. So now we're going to leave. So that's the bar crawl around
Epcot.
Epcot
But can
Resort
I do an
area.
honorable mention?
Sure.
Can I talk about kimonos?
Yeah, so I was just going to bring that
Swan
up
and Dolphin?
as before we left,
Oh.
I was going to say there's also tons of stuff in Swan and Dolphin. So Liz, go ahead and talk about kimonos because we actually have been there this year. Our first time was this year, which I never did a video. I need to do a video on that. Go
I
ahead.
need to do a video on that.
I have
Kimonos
footage.
is super cute little sushi bar / I guess like regular bar. And on select nights they do karaoke, free karaoke, which is so much fun. It's of course open later, so it's the perfect segue if you're at Hollywood Studios or at Epcot. Take the boat over to Swan and Dolphin and then sing away your blues for the rest of the night. love going, but please make sure you check if they're open or not. They're only open select nights of the week. Me and the girls got burned a couple of, well, I guess when we were there last year, where we thought it was open because I thought it was open and it wasn't.
Maybe
So
I'll edit
just
that
make sure
video
that you
tonight
check.
and post it tomorrow morning.
But the sushi is really good. The drinks are really good. And the karaoke is really good.
Yes.
Love me a karaoke.
And there's other places at Swan and Dolphin too, like Blue Zoo. They have a lounge / bar that you don't need a reservation. I'm sure Shula's Steakhouse has lounge area.
Yeah. And there's bars in the lobbies too. So even if you just want to go and walk in and just kind of like feel and smell what it's like to be there, you're right in the middle of the action too.
And if you've never stayed at Swan and Dolphin, but you're curious about it, it's a perfect opportunity to walk over and just see. Because it is a nice property. They've done renovations. So if you had been to Swan and Dolphin 10 or 15 years ago, it's not the same Swan and Dolphin as it used to be. It's very much updated. All right, let's move on. So we're moving away from Epcot. And we are headed over, which you can actually do this attached to, like if you want to do a mega lounge crawl, like you're starting in the afternoon and going all night and you're just like want to cover a lot of ground, you could come over here to this side. So what we're going to talk about now is Caribbean Beach Resort and the Riviera. And you can walk between those two. They're almost the same property because they're so close. Very close in proximity, like a very short walk between them. So We're starting at Caribbean Beach. This is Banana Cabana. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because next door is Sebastian's, which is a all you care to enjoy. Liz, have you been there?
I've been to Banana Cabana. I haven't been to Sebastian's.
Gotcha. So Sebastian's has a family style all you care to enjoy for the table set menu that they just bring to the table, which is very good. And for the dessert, they have like a banana
We went
pudding.
there, right?
Yeah, we went there with Stephanie and Denny from Dating and Disney. You can get that bread pudding that's delicious. The banana, I think it's banana bread pudding or something. You can get it at Banana Cabana. So, pro tip, that dessert is really good, and it's on the menu at Banana Cabana. So, Liz, what was your experience at Banana Cabana?
It's a wonderful pool lounge. So when you're staying at, well, for us, Matt and I, we stayed at Caribbean Beach, lived at the pool, and it was great to be able to pull, food from Sebastian's or a beverage or two. But it's really cute. So like in this picture, you can see like the main bar and then the TV screens. But on the other side, if you were to kind of 180 from our view, it's a view out on the water. And it's so pretty. They have a bunch of like Adirondack chairs right there where you can sit and look out. It's gorgeous, especially at sunset.
So you could start your lounge crawl here or finish here, and all you have to do is walk over from here to the Riviera. Now, here is the tip about parking here. You would think that because Caribbean Beach is, and we've experienced challenges with parking here, you'd think because it's a moderate resort that they would allow parking pretty freely, but because the Skyliner is attached to Caribbean Beach, they're very strict on parking, and you have to have a reservation. They won't even let you in to like do a lounge.
Yeah.
At least that's been our experience, because a few visits ago, I think earlier this year, Liz just Ubered over to Caribbean Beach, hung around there, and I tried to pick her up, and they literally wouldn't let me
security guard
through. So it probably also depends on your security guard. But just parking can be a challenge here. So I'm not sure what the best advice for that would be. Maybe parking at a Pop Century or Art of Animation and just let them know you're visiting. But even then, I don't know how well they would be, because people want to get on that Skyliner and they want to use it to get into the park and avoid the parking fees. So
yeah,
it's kind of just going to be, if you have a car and you're wanting to get in there, it's going to be a hit and miss. You're just going to have to figure out how you're going to get there.
Just try it. Yeah.
All right, so walking over, this is one of the best bars, restaurants, establishments at Walt Disney World, in my opinion, and a lot of people do not know about it. It's called Bar Riva, and Bar Riva is kind of hidden. If you don't know it's there, you could definitely walk by it. It is the pool bar for the Riviera Resorts. Liz, have you been here?
No, I haven't. I know that I need to go. I've walked by it because you can get the Monte Cristo there, right?
So
I was going to mention that.
It's a whole thing.
Sorry.
So TJ can talk. TJ can talk about the Monte Cristo.
Well, I was going to say it was an item that's no longer there, correct?
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. And so when we went there, our server, he was super nice. He was telling us the story of how it was so coveted and everyone would come from like all over to get it because it was there. And for some reason they took it off the menu and it's no longer there. So
I think that when I visited with my parents, I asked them about it as well. And the explanation that was given was because it's such a time-consuming thing to make, that they took it off the menu. And so the Monte Cristo sandwich is famous in Disneyland at the Blue Bayou restaurant. You can get it outside of Blue Bayou now too, but definitely in the Blue Bayou restaurant. And it really didn't have a home here at Walt Disney World, but when Bar Riva opened, it did have a home there. And then they took it over to, for the 50th, they took it over to Magic Kingdom at,
Oh yeah,
what's that one at the end of Main Street, that sit-down restaurant? Plaza Inn?
Tony's? The Plaza?
Plaza Inn, yeah. So they took it to Plaza Inn, and I don't know if they've kept it on the menu or they've taken it off the menu.
I think it's still there.
I haven't been to the Plaza restaurant in, like 20 years. It's been a long time
Sounds
since
like
I've
you
been
gotta
there.
go back.
Do I? I guess I should cover it because I
Gotta
don't
try
ever
the
see
menu.
anyone. I don't ever see one and cover that menu.
No.
Anyway, so that's the story on the Monte Cristo, but they have a really good baked brie here that's like fantastic. The food here, everything that I've tried has been absolutely delicious at Bar Riva. It's truly a hidden gem. The drinks have been good. The staff here is very friendly. I don't know. I think that they probably enjoy working here.
Probably because they're not directly in the sun.
It's definitely a vibe.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
it's
poor.
a nice little secret spot. And then if you go upstairs, you can go to Topolino Terrace, which is probably one of the most popular restaurants right now at Walt Disney World because of both their dinner and their breakfast as well.
Did we go for breakfast or brunch?
We have gone now for breakfast, and they don't have a specific brunch. They just have breakfast or whatever you want to call it, brunch.
Yeah.
And then they have dinner, and we've been to both now. So, and then the lounge or the bar that is first come, first serve. So you just need to get there. Now, if you come into the resort and you say, I'm going to Topolino Terrace, and you don't have a reservation, and you say, well, I'm just going to the bar, it's very possible that they will turn you away. And I have not tried that because I hear that they're very, like, all of the security there are very set in their ways. That
Well, it's DVC, so it's just that little bit different.
Yeah. And it's connected to the Skyliner. Like, there's a station at Riviera. So
Yeah.
So, but very good, and you can order food here as well.
I was gonna say the food that you can order there is pretty much the same. Like it's like the sit down. Correct.
I think so. I don't know if it's the full menu, but I think you can order pretty much a lot of what's on the.
Because we met someone there the last time we were there, right? One of your.
I think we went with Wendell. We went with Wendell,
And then you ran into somebody.
and I ran into Betsy there.
Yes.
Yes. All right, we're moving along. All right, so now we're over at we're over at Alyssa's hair. We're over at.
Stop. What are all these embarrassing pictures of me? Am I
It's
being
not embarrassing.
roasted
It's just
tonight?
your thick, luscious locks in Florida
No,
heat.
Florida humidity.
This is Dahlia Lounge, and this is the lounge on the tower, the top of the tower of Coronado Springs, right? Yeah, Coronado Springs.
Grand
Now,
Tower.
I selected this picture because I was trying to show you that there was an outside high up balcony. Now, you can't really see that many fireworks here, especially since the studios doesn't do a fireworks show anymore, or at least right now. And Animal Kingdom doesn't as well. So there's not really any fireworks views from up here, but it is a nice view of property.
It is a very pretty view.
And the food, remember when we were here, we ordered pretty much the whole menu, Liz?
Oh my gosh.
And it was very good.
Incredible.
And we've been there again and ordered the same things over and over again, and
Yeah.
consistently very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think
So the other
food and beverage at Coronado Springs is quite good because you're really
Just
in
in
your own
general,
little
yeah.
compound.
Yes.
But they have a lot of different options.
Now, the one that I did not include in here that I wrote in but don't have a picture of is Three Bridges, and that is out on the water at Coronado Springs. They've just updated their menu, so we need to make it over there to experience the updates to the menu. But another one that's very good, and while you're not up, you have very unique views. You're sitting literally in the middle of the water, and you have great views of Coronado Springs.
And
And
so
it's
a
where
tip
the
for that one,
sangria tasting is.
ooh yeah. And a tip for that one is because it's sitting on the water, it'll be very breezy. So when it gets cold, make sure you bring a jacket or something to cover yourself because it does
Yeah.
get very
Yes.
cold.
If it's a cold night, it'll be even
Freezing.
colder at Three Bridges.
They turn the heaters on and they have like special like heaters at the tables sometimes, and then the standing ones. But it still gets very cold out there sometimes,
Yeah.
depending
And
on
don't
how
get the
cold
poke
it is.
bowl.
No?
Is
Yeah,
that
I
what
think
we had?
when
They
I
weren't
think
very
you
good.
yeah
I don't remember.
I think you definitely got that, Liz. Yeah,
The
I think
rice
you
was
both did.
crunchy.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oof.
try to block that out of my mind.
yeah.
All right, so leaving Coronado Springs, we're going to a place over at Port Orleans that really is very much a little hidden gem that a lot of people, when I posted content about this, had no idea that there was a jazz lounge at Walt Disney World on Walt Disney World property.
Yep.
And that's Scat Cats Club over at Port Orleans French Quarter. Select nights they have sing. I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, like just
maybe
the weekends.
Thursdays. But yes, it's towards the end of the week that they have a jazz band, and it is packed in
They
there.
were so good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
so
very good. I think we figured out that their last set is what, at 11 or 11:30, I believe, is their last
I think
set.
earlier than that. I think it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, maybe. And then, so I would probably get there early-ish.
Yeah.
And you might have to wait out for a seat, or you might
What
get lucky
time did
like
we get
us.
there?
It was not early. It was
No,
dark.
It's like 9 or 10 or so. It's pretty late.
Yeah,
Port
it
Orleans.
was dark.
We got there
You're gonna check your timestamps
around
and pictures.
around 10.
Oh,
9.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Probably no 9 o'clock. We had our drinks.
Okay.
I remember the food being very good. My only thing is I kind of wish they brought the beignets from because they share the same kitchen as the quick service spot right next door.
I think you could probably, if you really wanted the beignets sitting at the lounge, you could order drinks and have somebody go order beignets and walk them into the lounge.
But it should be on the menu like the tater tots were and the wings. Like you should.
Yes.
They would do a killing if you could get them right in the space.
Yeah. But overall, I think even more so than the food, it's the vibe here and the entertainment for sure.
Yes, definitely.
And it truly is a little hidden gem at Walt Disney World. There's still so much to do for adults, I would say, at Walt Disney World. It's just that we don't have Pleasure Island, as like the hub for
everything.
Adult entertainment and live entertainment. Really, I mean, there's quite a bit. If you really want to go dancing, you can go to Atlantic City Dance Hall, which I think really just is open on the weekends as well. And they play video. Well, they used to. They
like
play music
40,
videos. Yeah. So you have the music video playing. The DJ plays that, and of course, the whole sound system. But so that's it for the parks. So we have some kind of mentions of lounges inside the parks that you might not be aware of. You might be aware of. So our first stop is one of my favorites at Animal Kingdom. This is a Nomad Lounge. This picture doesn't really show the best of it, but around to the left is a wraparound porch. And they have seating all along the wraparound porch, and you get a view out to kind of like a river, and on the other side of that water is Pandora. You don't really get views of Pandora's, you just get views of lush jungle.
And you kind of hear the ambiance.
Yes.
The in-between music as you walk into the land. You kind of hear that, which is pretty cool.
They have great bites and great drinks. We haven't been there in a long time.
No, I think the last time we went, there was a drink I think you got that was like a watermelon one that had like a huge chunk of watermelon on it. That was very good.
That was good.
Yum.
I kind of want to go there soon.
I think we went when it was like during the fall too, so
yeah.
It was nice weather.
Yum.
Even if it's hot, it's still a nice place to kind of just sit and relax. They also have
And
indoor
it has
seating.
much of the food from
Yes.
Tiffins.
They have good food here.
I think they had specialty beer too.
Yes, they
From what I
have they also serve the Congaloosh beer that is named in honor of the Adventures Club, which definitely is missed. So that's Nomad Lounge. You don't need reservations. It does get busy though, so sometimes I think that there can be a wait for it. So just be aware of that. All right, so moving on, we're over at Epcot. The last two places we're going to talk about tonight is Epcot. So we have Space 220 Lounge. We were just at Space 220 recently. They do have a section of the restaurant that is designated as a lounge. This does take reservations. So you can try to walk up, but it does, they do accept reservations, so you can make a reservation for this. The lounge menu is different than the dining room menu. So even though the lounge isn't separated really from the dining room, it is kind of sectioned off slightly. Just know that you're not going to be able to order the prefix from the prefixed menu and do that. You have to order from the lounge menu, and they're it's slightly different. So just be aware of that. But you can order all the cocktails. So you can
And there's new
order all the fun
cocktails.
cocktails. Yes, there are new cocktails. And this might be a good way. Maybe you don't want to spend money on that prefixed meal, which is what, 90,
Depending on when you go for
80
lunch or
or
dinner.
90. I think it's 80. 55 for lunch. Maybe you don't want to spend that. Maybe you just want to get a taste of Space 220 and see what it's like. Yeah, just book the lounge. All right, headed into the World Showcase. This is a very much hidden, though I think everyone knows about this at this point. Maybe some people don't, but they do have a tequila bar. And I think what some people don't realize is that you can actually sit in the tequila bar and like there is seating. And you can order a little bit of food. Here you'll see Stephanie and I, we are doing some kind of mezcal, and then they give you, anytime you order any shot of mezcal or a drink with mezcal in it, they give you, I think it's just when you order a shot of mezcal, they give you crickets to eat with your mezcal.
They're just very chewy.
Delicious. They're good.
Yummy.
They're seasoned. It's not just like you're eating a bug.
Okay, listen. I mean, I would eat them again, but I don't know if I'd like dream about it.
She's like,
And I do it again.
sunflower
She's
seeds.
dreaming about it. But this one's a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. There is no reservations here, and it can be a line. Just know that
There can be a line.
definitely can be.
You're going to be in a line to Norway now to go inside.
It's crazy how long
What do
the
you
line's
mean?
been. The last 2 times I've been in Mexico, the line has been outside of the building.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well,
Too long.
this time of year, in September, October, it shouldn't be too terrible.
Do you remember the name of the drink that we got that had the little bubble on top of it?
The Alebrije
I do not.
margarita.
Oh, thanks, Liz.
There you go.
That one
Remember,
was
'cause
very good.
I wanted to recreate it for my Pixar party.
Oh, yeah.
We need
The glow cube.
we need the little smoke gun for that.
hmm
So that's our list.
I will say there's another honorable mention that is not in this park, but it's in Hollywood Studios.
What's yours?
You know what I'm talking about, Liz?
I mean, I have one, but you say yours first.
I was going to say, what's the one in Galaxy's Edge?
Oh, Oga's?
Oga's,
Oga's Cantina.
for sure.
That
That's
one
a
you
good one.
definitely have to make a reservation for. They do walk-ups. Might take a while, but that one's very good. Do they still sell it? I know there was a shortage of the fuzzy tauntaun.
Yes, there was a shortage of the
Those-
fuzzy
And
tauntaun.
Those are very
Disneyland
good.
stopped it for a while. Like, they didn't have it
The
even on the
numbing,
menu.
the numbing foam
The
was
buzz-
hard to get.
Buzz
Yes.
beads or whatever.
Yeah, I forget what they used to produce that numbing, but it was hard to get.
And then what was the one you were going to
My-
mention?
My honorable mention is the Tune-In Lounge at 50's Primetime Cafe.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we walked in there.
Yes. During
It's a cute
pandemic.
little- small though, very small.
Yeah,
It
it's
is very
small.
small.
So the thing I would say about that is they have, it's more like living room seating, and they don't have any kind of high
no food.
tops or tables and chairs, and
Yeah.
they don't have food. It's just drinks, but it is very cute in there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get that vibe real quick, we actually have been in there during the holidays, and it's a cute spot to walk in during the holidays. Yeah.
I bet.
And we will have, in just a few weeks, we will be going to Jollywood, the new party
right.
at Hollywood Studios, which we're very excited about.
We'll be there on night one.
Night one,
It's gonna be
Saturday night. Thanks to Star Stuff Travel for sending us over there to see what that is going to be like. Very exciting.
I can't wait to see your outfits and the food, because I feel like the foodie guide, it really feels like it's for
crazy.
adults.
Upscale.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the foodie guide yet. I need to take a glance at it. And then I need to put in my order for what I'm going to wear.
Yeah. I mean, you're
Yeah,
how many days away? Like, it's almost November.
I know.
Pretty much, yeah.
I know.
It's the last week.
So that's what we have for you this week. If this was well, no, it's already at 50 minutes. So I don't know if it's the shortest
Around the same
episode.
time.
But
Okay,
let us
no.
know if there's any topics that you want us to cover. Thanks for coming in and hanging with us. We hope you're having a great start to your week, and we are here to help. Remember, this is brought to you by planetwithliz.com. So if you're looking to book your next Disney trip, your next cruise line trip, your next Universal trip, or if you want to go anywhere in the world,
Or right down the
Anywhere.
street.
yes, or right down the street, if you want to do
Let's
a
head to
staycation,
Sesame Street.
head over to planetwithliz.com or scan the QR code there on the screen and submit your request for a quote, and Liz will get in touch with you with a quote for your travel.
You want to mention the Patreon as well?
And join the Patreon. Scan the QR code and join us over there. And we will see you next week. And I hope everyone has a wonderful this week.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, TJ.
All right. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.